Hello, welcome to Aromatic Delight Scent Shop. How can I help you today? Well, you were just passing by and walked in? Well, that's excellent. We love walk-ins here. We're very glad that you decided to pop through our door. Do you have any experience with aromatherapy? Or is this more of a new thing for you? Just a little bit? All right. Well, here at Aromatic Delights, we carry a wide array of products. Essentially, we have a feast for the nose, if you will. Is there anything in particular that you like? Okay, well, we carry a wide variety of incense. We carry it in stick form. We do not do the cones at this time. We do the stick form, and these are very easy to use. You just light the ends, blow them out, and then they will proceed to glow and fill your area with just a wonderful, relaxing, calm feeling as the scent flows around you. We also have a variety of incense burners that we carry with these. The most popular being our pyramid-shaped incense burners, which come in several different designs. They're all a little bit reminiscent of the White Rabbit song. They're a little bit Alice in Wonderland-y. And then another very popular incense burner is our Groot incense burner. So the little stick just goes right there in his head. And then you just light the stick as normal, and Groot will supply your home with a wonderful variety of scents depending on which particular scent of incense you choose. Just set him over here for now. We also carry many scented candles. We have a variety of colors, a variety of sizes, a variety of shapes, and of course, many scents. This one in particular is rosemary sage, which is it's kind of an energizing blend. It's a pine woody scent and just a little bit of spicy sage fragrance to give it that energizing feel. This is a really nice after bath candle to use because it just kind of takes all that wonderful relaxation that a bath has given you and brings it into the post-bath energy that you need to kind of come out of that little bath world. So we have a variety of candles, and this one's the square one, but we also have round candles and star-shaped candles and dip taper candles and pillar candles and many candles. So you want to take a look at those. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Another thing that we carry, of course, is scented soap. All of our soaps are handmade right here in our shop, so you know that these are as fresh as you can possibly get. Each one is carefully wrapped with string or raffia and sealed with a little tag telling you the specific scents that go into it, and oftentimes there'll be a little bit of information about what that particular scent is good for. So these are our old-fashioned style bars, but we also have some in a variety of shapes. So we have flowers and Star Wars, if you're into that sort of thing. So we have a variety of handmade soaps that most people find very enjoyable. I don't know if you've ever washed with a bar of handmade soap, but it's really an experience. They're very smooth and refreshing, so it's a very different experience from using traditional soaps. Traditional soaps can dry your skin, but we leave the glycerin in our homemade soaps, so ours are actually moisturizing as opposed to drying like most soap bars. So that's why most people find our bars of soap very enjoyable to use. And then, of course, we carry a large variety of essential oils. We have a wonderful selection of these. Oh, that's something that you're very interested in? Well, in that case, let me run back to the back room and I'll bring out quite a few for you to look at, and you can sample them, get a little smell of them, and I'll tell you a little bit about the features of each of the essential oils, and you can pick one that appeals to you. Okay, be right back. Now, as you can see, we have quite a variety of scent in our essential oil collections, so let me take you through these one by one, and you can pick out whichever one you would like. Now, the first thing I want to say is that most of the bottles I'm going to show you are in these 4-ounce jars, but we also sell them in the half-ounce jars so that you don't have to worry about taking an entire bottle home with you. So we do sell them in the more common half-ounce size, so no worries about that. So the first essential oil is lavender. Why don't you take a whiff of that? It's very good, isn't it? Yes. Lavender is one of the most relaxing essential oils. It's known for just bringing a very quick sense of calm, and that's why it's very good for headaches. You put a little bit on your temples when you have a headache. It can alleviate the headache, sometimes without needing to take like an aspirin or anything to go with it. I use this quite often for that. It's very good as a soap essential oil as well because it does have quite a pleasant scent. Lavender is also one of the few oils that you don't need a carrier oil for. Most of the essential oils you want to add in, like a little bit of sweet almond oil or something like that to dilute them. Lavender oil you can use as it is because it is a skin-safe oil. So this one, I like to use lavender for burns a lot as well. I have a wood stove and I'm frequently getting too close to the edge of it, and I often burn my arms on the wood stove, particularly in the spring when it's getting warmer and I'm in a t-shirt in the house because it's getting warm enough that the stove is overheating the house. So I'm in a t-shirt, but I don't want to let the fire go out because it'll be cold at night, so you keep the fire going and you put a log on. Forget you're wearing a t-shirt and hit the top of the stove, and then you end up burning your arm. So when that happens, it turns into a really, really nasty burn. But when I started putting lavender oil on my burns, you couldn't even tell that I'd hit the stove. They didn't fester up, they didn't bleed, they didn't do any of that stuff. So lavender oil is really great for burns as well. Obviously, if it's a really serious burn, you want to go to the emergency room, but just for like a general small burn or even small cuts, lavender is good for that. It's also good for skin treatments. A lot of people have had success with using lavender for acne, so that's another one to think about. Our lavender is not food grade, so you can't take this internally. However, some companies do sell food grade lavender that you can cook with. I've had cookies that people made with lavender oil, food grade lavender oil, so that's just kind of a cool little bit of information. Again, ours is not food grade, but there are places that sell food grade, and we can always order food grade for you if you would like. Now the next oil is eucalyptus. Take a little scent of that one. Yes, it's a very different scent, isn't it? Yes. Eucalyptus is a very energizing scent. So again, this one is also great for soaps. It's really nice if you steam clean your floors, add a little bit of eucalyptus oil to the cleaner, the water in the cleaner, so that when you steam clean your floors, it brings out that fresh eucalyptus scent. Eucalyptus is a great one to use in the bath as well because it just re-energizes you. So it's a very energizing oil. You do want to be careful how much you use because it's a very powerful oil, and sometimes if you use too much, the scent can be overpowering. So especially when you're making soap, you don't want to overdo it by putting in too much eucalyptus oil. Otherwise it can be so overpowering, it kind of be a turn off a little bit. So use sparingly, but it's a really pleasant, energizing scent. Now this next one is lemongrass, which actually smells a lot like lemon. I should take a whiff of that one. Very lemony, isn't it? Yes. It's definitely got that citrus smell. This one is actually a popular choice to use in homemade cleaning products as well, because I suppose it's that our brains are wired for the smell of lemon pledge or something, so people feel that if they add the lemon to their cleaning supplies, then it'll give them that lemon scent. But lemon is antibacterial and antifungal, so it actually really is good to put in your cleaning supplies. And it is also anti-inflammatory, so it's good to use for pain management. Some people have had success in using it with arthritis to ease some of their arthritis pain, so lemongrass is kind of a cool one for that. Now this one is sweet orange, and this is actually my personal favorite oil. This one just has such a lovely scent. Yes, I can see you enjoying it as well. It's just such a wonderful, calming scent, but it's also a mood booster. This particular scent will boost your mood, so it's good to smell this one a little bit. You know, when you have a bad day at work, you come home, take a little whiff of this, maybe combined with some lavender, and you get the relaxation benefits of the lavender and the mood boosting of the sweet orange. And this is also a good one to put in cleaning products. Anything citrusy, of course, is very popular for the cleaning products. But again, this one, scent alone, it's just really wonderful. Even if it had no other benefits, just the scent of this. I mean, obviously, it really does raise mood because it just smells so good. I mean, you can almost feel like you're immersed in the orange scent. It's just like all around you. It's a really wonderful experience. So that's always a wonderful oil. And again, the lavender is the only one that you should really use without a carrier oil. So for any of these other ones, you really should dilute them with a carrier oil. Now this one is patchouli. You've probably heard of this. It's a pretty famous oil. It's got a very, shall we say, earthy smell to it. And it can be a little overpowering at times as well. Some people don't even like the smell, but it's a very popular smell with gentlemen because it doesn't have that flowery scent, so a lot of guys like to use this one. And made when mixed with orange and put in soap. Orange patchouli soap is one of our most popular soaps with men. So if you're making soap, that's a good thing to use the patchouli because they're very popular with guys. So you can have soaps for everyone. And you want to be careful with this one because if you spill it anywhere, the scent never goes away. I once spilled a little bit of this in a closet, and years later I could still smell it in the closet when I opened the closet. So this is a very long-lasting, potent scent, which is also what makes it good for soap making because it doesn't dissipate very quickly. It stays in the bar of soap for a very long time. So it's definitely a good soap one, but you do want to be careful to not spill it. And if you're sensitive at all to smells, this one may give you headaches. I don't use this one very often myself because it does give me headaches. So it's a wonderful smell, but it just kind of overpowers me and gives me headaches. So if you're scent sensitive, this might not be an oil for you. But again, if you're making soap for guys, they generally tend to love this one, especially when mixed with a little bit of orange. Orange patchouli is our most popular selling soap with men. So. Now this is a fragrance oil. Fragrance oils are different from essential oils in that they are not actually made from, like this is jasmine. This is not real jasmine. This is an artificial scent made to smell like jasmine. However, our fragrance oils do not contain any naphtha, so you don't have to worry about them being unhealthy. They're still perfectly safe. So I'll give you a scent of the jasmine. You don't like that one? Yeah, jasmine's kind of a funny one. It's one that either there's no in between. Everybody either loves it or hates it. There's nobody that just kind of likes it. It's really a very opinionated scent. You either like it or you don't. So some people it works for, some people it doesn't. I'm like you, I don't particularly prefer the scent of jasmine, but I know a lot of people who do like it. It's just a personal preference thing. So I'll just put this one back over here. Now this one is cinnamon, and again this is a fragrance oil. Yes, that one's very good, isn't it? Yes. Fragrance oils, again, are not made from the actual plants or substances like essential oils. They are artificial scents, no naphtha, but they actually are great for candle making because essential oils don't last as long in candles. They do in soap. They're pretty good for soaps, but for candles, the smell dissipates fairly quickly, so using a fragrance oil will keep your candles scented a lot longer. And cinnamon in particular is great for Christmas. You can also use these in soap, generally because essential oils do work well in soap. These are not used as often in soap. They're usually used for candles, but they can be used for soap. But again, the cinnamon is a really great scent for the holidays because usually, you know, the smell of cinnamon just kind of reminds you of Christmas or, you know, something like that. So it's a really good scent to use around the holidays. You could put it in a diffuser and let it scent the house, or make some candles out of it and light them when you're having guests over. So, you know, that's always a nice one for that. Next up we have vanilla. Yes, that's a very familiar scent, isn't it? Yes, vanilla is one of the most popular scents, I think mostly just because people aren't always aware of the just huge selection of scents available, and sometimes they just default to the familiar scents, which is part of why vanilla is so popular, I think. But that being said, vanilla is a very wonderful, smooth scent. Again, this one is a fragrance oil, not an essential oil, but still has that wonderful, smooth fragrance about it, and a little bit of you can almost taste it when it's going through the air. You can almost taste the vanilla because it's such a familiar scent. So that's always a good one to consider. Now this one is apple. Yes, it kind of smells like apple spice. This one is very potent, but not overwhelming like the eucalyptus, but it's a very potent scent. It is a fragrance oil again, so it's best suited for something like candles or soap. Obviously, you can't use fragrance oils to treat skin or anything like that. They don't have the medicinal properties, but they're great for candle and soap making. And the apple in particular, again, we make all of our own scented candles here, and we had a woman who bought one of our apple-scented candles, which was scented with this particular fragrance oil, and she brought it home, and she was a diabetic, and she lit the candle when she was having company over, and they walked in and thought that she'd been cooking an apple pie, and of course they were very concerned because she was a diabetic. They didn't want her eating the sugar, but it turns out it was just our candle scented with this apple fragrance oil, and they thought it was actually an apple pie cooking. So that just gives you a little example of how fragrant some of these oils are. So and now this oil I'm going to show you, this is absolutely hands down my favorite of the fragrance oils. The orange is my favorite essential. This is my favorite fragrance oil. Yeah, that one's very good, isn't it? Yes. This is mulberry, and this is just such a delightful scent. I mean, it's so sweet and so beautiful. You can almost like taste candy in your mouth when you smell this scent because it's just so good and so sweet. And pretty much the only candles I burn are candles made with mulberry because it's just such a delightful scent. And I wouldn't say it's the most relaxing scent, like it's not like a lavender or something like that. It's more of an energizing scent. It just is so pleasant to have around, so I always highly recommend mulberry to anyone making candles. And again, you can use this in soap as well. It's a fragrance oil, not an essential oil, but it can be used in soap as well and candles. And it's just a really, really good scent. So, yeah. Now we have many more products. As you walk through our store, you'll be able to see them all here. Again, we have even more essential oils than what I've shown you. Those are just our most popular, and we have many more varieties of incense and many more bars of soap and many, many, many more candles. So please take your time, walk through the store, and enjoy the scents. If you get about halfway through and you find you've gone a little scent blind, you're a little overwhelmed from the scents, come back up here. I have a jar of coffee that I keep right next to the cash register, and what that does is that resets your scent facility so that you can go through and smell everything without being overwhelmed by the scents, because sometimes when you are bombarded by many scents at a time, it just kind of overwhelms your scent capacities and you can't tell the difference between the scents anymore. So if you take a whiff of coffee in between some of the scents, it resets it and gives you a clear scent so you know exactly what you're smelling then. So if you find yourself getting overwhelmed, I'll be right over there. Please come find me. In the meantime, enjoy your walk through our shop. Okay.